Hi, I want to talk to you today about keeping food. And as expensive as food is, you really need to try to preserve it as long as possible. Now, I do have some rice in here and a bottle here. I had another bottle. Now, you can see what I'm doing is I'm putting it in vacuum seal bags. Now, you can see a little bit of the rice is brown. That is fine. It is not bad. When I get my rice, I always stick it in my chest freezer for at least 2 weeks. Then I'll stick it on a baking tray or a cookie sheet and I'll throw it in the oven and I will bake it until all the moisture is out of it. This is just the way I do things. Now you can get, of course, something like oxygen absorbers or something like that to make sure no bugs are in your rice or to kill anything in your rice. Now these are not Mylar bags. These are not going to keep your food good for 10-15 years. I mean 25 years. That's not what these are for. These help preserve freshness and keep stuff like meat good longer in the freezer, 5 to 8 times longer. That's basically what you're doing. You're trying to preserve your food. Now the reason I'm making rice here is I can make these, and these can go in my emergency kit. Now they are really hard. They're small, they're flat. There are 2 cups of rice in this bag. Now I have 2 cups of rice in this bag. Now I do have one of these vacuum sealers. This is one of the cheap generic ones. Now this can be harder to use than a normal vacuum sealer, but I'm going to show you how to use one of these. First you have to get your stuff in your bag. And right here it goes in this little, let's see if I can get that right there in that reservoir. Make sure you don't overshoot that. You want it into your bag so where it's in that reservoir. Alright, you also have to select your temperature here. Now this is going to be harder to use than some of the other ones. It's not built as well as some of the other ones, but it does do the job. Now for seal, you can hit your temperature. Now I leave it this on normal. That's me. You can vacuum this out by hand, but I always like to give that a couple vacuums. Then I go over here for dry. Now you have wet and dry. To get a dry seal, you double the button. You hit it twice. If it does not seal, you need to hit it again. Or you can seal it manually. That should have sealed. Yes, it did. Right there. That's plenty hard, plenty firm, really small compared to like keeping just bags of rice. Now you can do other things with this as far as wet items, dry items. It also has the cutter here if you want to cut your own bags. So you have a cutter. Now if you're buying it by the roll, it is much cheaper. Now I did go online today. I do have this one. I will use this sometimes as far as preserving meat or trying to keep stuff longer. This is nowhere near expensive as one from Walmart. Now remember, you don't have to vac it or seal it, you know, however, automatically if you don't want to. You can automatically. This sets your temperature. That's on high, low, normal. I just normally leave it on normal. If you want to vacuum something out, it does have the vac. It does have wet and dry. Now to get this on different noise, I don't care about the noise. All I care about is sealing this. Touch this twice for the quick vac. Now normally I already vacuum it. You don't have to. You can just double click this, and you can see this thing is a just piece of junk. It's not very well made. This is coming off, but you know, nothing a piece of tape or a little bit of glue couldn't work. Well, now it's holding down a little bit. I guess it just let loose of the glue there. Why am I going over this? Food cost. I am not kidding you. Biden administration says we are at like 3.2% inflation. They are lying out their stupid asses. Inflation is around 27 to 28%. And if you don't believe me, go to any grocery store and look at the prices compared to 6 months ago or even a year ago. Inflation is very high. Most people cannot afford to lose or waste food. Now, I will be putting these back. I will mark today's date. How much rice is in here? 2 cups. You don't have to put in 2 cups. It's much flatter than storing something like this. I can put this in a variety of different places. It's sealed. Of course, you're more than welcome to put some type of either oxygen absorber or some type of moisture absorber. You can use this for like sugar, flour, but if you do that, make sure it is on the lowest as far as vacuuming stuff and temperature. You don't want to burn stuff. But yes, you can use it for stuff like flour and sugar and stuff like that. I may put some of that up, a couple cups of sugar up, just to have it put back. I may put some coffee up. And that's something else you can seal up in this, is like coffee, to, you know, have it in a bag like this and put it away. That's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. But whatever you do, make sure you mark the date you do it and how much is in there. Each one of these bags is 2 cups of rice. I got some dirt on that one. 2 cups of rice. So that would be 4 cups of water needed for each one of these. And once that rice swells up, that's plenty for 2 people. You could probably feed 3 people on 4 cups of rice. Literally, once the rice, 2 cups of rice, once it takes the water in, you could feed 3 to 4 people. I'm not telling you have to buy one of these. At Walmart, these are much more expensive. But in my case, with food costs going up, I'm trying to buy as much stuff as I can to put back. And I would prefer having my rice just not in the packets that it comes in. Same as sugar, coffee, things like that. Now coffee, I do have coffee put away, a full container. But having some coffee put back that'll last quite a long time, and something like this you can put in an emergency kit. You can make your own food packs out of stuff like this, for emergencies or backup supplies, whatever you want to do. Now this is a pretty cheap one compared to like Walmart. Yeah, it's sticking down just fine now. It had those peel off things, you know, the plastic peel off things. Maybe I did that when I peeled that off. That's possible. Let's go over here. I do have it pulled up. Now this did come with some bags, and it came with one of these jar type things. I never tried this, so I don't exactly know what it will work on. Looks like maybe a soda bottle or something. I don't know. So I couldn't tell you about this. If somebody uses these, leave it in the comments down below on my video here and let people know exactly what this is for and how to use it. Because I don't know, I've never used these and I've never looked to see what they're for. Now this did come with like 15 bags. Look at the price of these food saver things at Walmart or any store, you're looking at 60, 70, $80. This one right now on eBay, the same one I have, this is the exact same one I have, is $23.99. Now, if you buy something, I do not get money. I don't care if you buy something or not. I'm going over this because food costs are high. You cannot afford to waste food. I don't care if it's meat like they have here. I don't care if it's rice. I don't care what it is. Now, making your own little bags of like food that you can put away for like camping and stuff, this is a good idea for that too. But in my case, I want food put back. I want it to where it's not going to spoil. Even in my chest freezer here, it's a good idea to put this stuff, meat and stuff like this, because it will last 5 to 8 times longer than if you just stick it in your chest freezer or in your freezer in general. Now, I'm going to go over something real quick. My last video on the heater, I did find the exact same heater today on both eBay and Amazon. If you're interested in one of those heaters, now this is $40 off eBay from this Doctor's Deals AZ. I did contact them on through eBay. They are in Arizona, so they are a U.S. seller, or they're getting stuff through. Anyway, they're selling from Arizona. They ship from Arizona. They are a U.S. seller, and it is $40 for the exact same 700-watt heater I have. Now let's go to Amazon, and this was today. Here's the exact same heater I show, the same heater in the box off eBay. This is the 700-watt Janssen. It is $52.99. So one is $40 and the other's $53. Now, I don't know if the Amazon will have free shipping. I know that sometimes you have to have Prime. And if you don't, sometimes you have to pay for shipping on Amazon. That's what I hate about Amazon. 99% of it, you're going to pay for your own shipping. And the price of the heater on Amazon is like $53. And it was taken today. See right there, 2023, 10, which is October, and 21st. October 21st, 2023. Alright, if you want one of these heaters, I recommend you go through eBay because it's much cheaper. Now remember, they do not put out a lot of heat, but in a small microclimate, you could survive on something like this. If you're in an apartment, something like this, and you're saying, I don't have a place for a microclimate, I don't have stuff like you have, look, it's real easy to set up a microclimate. Just need some chairs, some blankets, some way to tack it to the wall over in a corner. You tack your blankets, shower curtains, plastic, whatever you have to the wall. Now remember, heat rises, so the lower it is, the more heat's going to stay in. Okay? You just can't have it just directly over the heater. You need to have a little bit over the heater. It does put out a little bit of heat. Attach it to your wall. Put a chair here. A chair here. And then go down with whatever you're using. Blankets, plastic, whatever. And you got a microclimate. Just make it large enough for you to sit in comfortably and maybe sleep in. That's all you really need. And give it a little bit extra room for the heater itself. And it's pretty easy to make a microclimate in any apartment, any house. You just have to have a way to attach blankets, plastic, trash bags. Even if you have to use trash bags, tape them together, for the roof and the walls. And you can use like chairs, any type of folding chair or tables to, set it over if you don't have like wood. Pretty simple. But let's get back to this. You don't have to buy one of these. If you buy one of these, I recommend purchasing the bags, the roll, the giant roll, making the bag sizes yourself. That way you can put as much or as little in there as you want. I mean, it'd be a waste for me to put 1 cup of rice in here with the size of these. That'd be a waste. If I wanted to make them with 1 cup, I would literally half the size of this bag and put in a cup and then use that in the sealer, and it'd be longer, but it'd be, much shorter. So once again, that's up to you however you want to do this, but make sure you mark the date, of when you did this and how many cups if you're using rice, sugar, coffee, things like that. You need to know how much is in here, and you need to know the date you did it. Like I said, once again, my rice, how I do my rice, you don't have to do it this way. You can get oxygen absorbers, moisture absorbers, things like that. I want to make sure no mold or mildew or anything will grow on my rice. Excuse me. I froze my rice for like a week to 2 weeks. And I actually forgot a bag in there for like 3 weeks. Once I took it out, I spread it on just cookie sheets, and I turned it in the oven. I put it on bake or broil. I try to use bake at like 450 degrees for like an hour to make sure these are completely dry. You do not want to put your rice up when it is wet. Okay, like I said, I'm going to make this, hopefully, I thought I was going to make it a shorter video, but it looks like this is going to be a 20-minute video. If you look at food savers and machines like this at Walmart, they're going to run you like, I don't know, $40 to $70, $80. We were looking at one not that long ago because I had it at the end of one of the shelves at Walmart. It was like $69.99 for one of these things. I'm like, damn, they got to be kidding me. So you can find bags. Make sure if you get your bags, it either has the lines or the little squares in it. You really need that for this kind of machine. And it holds up better as a thicker plastic. Alright, anyway, if you liked the heater video demonstration, thank you. I do have a lot of views on that one. I appreciate it. But since so many people actually viewed that video, I wanted to show you the different prices. Now you can get 700 watt heaters that are made by Cosway and a variety of other manufacturers that you can order if you want a 700 watt heater. But remember, these are small oil filled radiator heaters. They do not put out a massive amount of heat. In a microclimate, this will work good, especially to try to, save your life in a situation. But once again, I'm going to say this like in my last video. If you have a generator that's large enough to run a space heater that runs all the time, that is your best option. If you're trying to run something just for an emergency situation, one of these is fine. They will work, but you have to be in a very small area. And like I said, if you have a generator that can run a space heaters do run all the time. Once the oil heats up in this, it shuts off. And it doesn't turn back on until that oil starts cooling down some. So you use a lot less power with this, but you will not produce nearly as much heat as with some type of space heater. Okay, I'm fixing to go. Once again, I'm gonna put some coffee up, and this mine I've never used. It came with like 15 bags, and let me see if that still comes with. Oh damn it! I screenshotted this. Um, let's see. This says free bags. I think this comes with 15 bags. Um, well, it does come with bags. See, that's what that is for. Some type of container. I can't really tell because I'm not online. I just screenshotted this. But if you want to put food back, even rice. I mean, this is right now it's $23.99. This was free shipping, and this is the exact same one I have. To get it to work, you have to hit the button twice. That's how it starts and seals. That's up to you if you want. And it says U.S. seller. This is from, I'm not sure where they're from in the U.S. because, like I said, I screenshotted this. But this is the exact same one I have. And for 24 bucks, being able to save your food for longer periods of time. Whether it's meat, whether you want to make your own like little meals to carry with you. These bags can be boiled. That's what I read. Um, whether you want to make your own emergency meals with rice or beans or something like that, something like that would work good. Something like this works good for that. They're pretty thin, a lot thinner than containers like that. Okay, that's it. I'm fixing to go. Like I said, I'm going to do some coffee up here and probably some sugar too with a couple more bags. Then I'm going to just put this thing back up in the box and put it back up after, make sure everything cools down. But this has, I guess it's centimeters. Is in centimeters. But it does have the bag cutter. So if you get the roll, the bag on the roll, you can just set it there, put it underneath, and then cut your bags however you want them. When you use this, make sure you push down so these click into place or it will not seal. You will hear it click. Let me grab a bag so I can show you one more time. Just set it there and make sure that is in that little reservoir there. Make sure both sides clicked. And to release it on this, there's two, one on each side. Right there. Now I did not seal this because I don't have anything in it. But once again, it's pretty easy to use these. Doesn't take that long. If it is not sealing, literally within a couple minutes, you have done it wrong. Open it back up, reposition the end of your bag. Make sure your bag is somewhere in this reservoir. Close it. Push down both sides. Make sure you hear the clicking. Now make sure you hit this. I just leave it on normal. I do not want a high heat seal. Normal is fine for this. But if you want a high heat seal, that's fine. That's up to you. Double click this and that will go on either wet or dry. Double push the button and that will suck everything out and then seal it. Okay, once again, you don't have to have one of these, but if you want to make your own little dinners or meals or whatever, or save on food cost and worry about food going bad, these do provide protection for that. for 5 to 8 times longer than unsealed. In this day and age, with Biden inflation, every dime matters. Every dime. And losing even one thing in your freezer can be devastating at the cost everything is. Like I said, you don't have to buy the one I have, but if you want one like I have, I have shown that over there on the laptop. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. If you want more videos on certain things, let me know. I will do my best to make some for you. If you have any questions, let me know. I do my best to answer them. If you have your own videos that you would like people to see, please leave your links to your videos, especially on survival, meal prepping, things like that, or saving food, whatever, anything like that, solar, wind, anything. Feel free to leave a link to your video in my comment section. I have no issue letting people go to other videos from mine. In fact, I would appreciate it if you have done something like this. If you froze, I've thought about this. I've never done it myself, but maybe freezing tomatoes or even potatoes and sealing them. Now, I've never done that myself, so I can't say how well that works. But if you've done it and you have a video on it, please leave a link in my comments so other people can follow your link. All right, that's it. Once again, Biden inflation is killing all of us in here in America. You cannot afford to waste your food. You cannot afford to lose your food. And if you want to put food back, making sealed packs with like 2 cups of rice, just rice alone, that's 2 cups. That's 2 cups. And, bag's already dirty. But that's 4 cups of rice right there. In those 2 bags. 4 cups. Alright. That's it. I'm fixing to go. Everyone have a good day or night, wherever you're at. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, I have come back. I wanted to show you something real quick. What I have here, I have 2 bags of white rice, 2 different types of coffee. This is the Great Value Classic Roast that we normally have. And my girlfriend has some of this Great Value Donut Shop coffee. And of course, 3 cups of sugar. You can do creamer, things like that with this too. I will end up putting some meat in some of these bags, but all this stuff is for emergency kits for me to put back. I do have everything dated, how many cups is in here, what it is. And you can see even the sugar is like seriously hard. Okay. Once again, something like this is fine to have if you want to store stuff for longer periods of time. You can absolutely make your own little bags of whatever you want. Now, I did double seal every one of these. If you want it to where you can open it and reseal it, then either put it closer to the bottom and put your seal almost at the top. That way you can cut underneath the seal and then reseal it if you need to. But right here is just some things you can do to put some food back, to keep food longer. Once again, stuff like this does last quite a long time on its own. Sugar, white rice, and coffee, of course, last a really good long time, especially if the coffee is not open or there's no air in it. It will last a very good long time. And I will be doing what little meat we do have, which is very, very little. I only need 2 bags for what meat we do have. But you can use this for other things besides meat. You can use this to make your own types of survival bags. Now remember, this is not cooked rice. You would have to cook it. You can do stuff like oatmeal. Pretty much anything you want to store could be put in these bags. And of course, dry stuff is easier to store than wet or cold stuff. If you're trying to store stuff like, I don't know, frozen items, it will have to be kept frozen, of course. But having stuff put back in some type of emergency kit for an emergency situation, it doesn't matter if it's beans, rice, oatmeal, whatever. I mean, I thought about even putting pancake mix. If we got some, I would put some pancake mix in one of these. Make sure it's completely sealed. And that way, if we need it, we'd have it. You're more than welcome to put whatever you want in these bags. And unfortunately, this is going to add to the other video. But I wanted you to see what I did, of course. And sugar is always a good idea to have put back. Coffee, if you drink coffee or tea, something like that is always a good idea. We have two different types. That's why I have 2 bags of coffee. And of course, rice, beans, things like that. And no matter what people say, beans will go bad. Air gets up in there and it will go bad. So, you know, that is something, if you're going to store raw beans, they will turn. Once oxygen gets in there, yeah, they will. Trust me on this. I've had some really bad beans in my life that were just rancid. So make sure if you're going to store stuff, make sure you store it properly to where there's no air, to where it's sealed. And once again, if you want one of these, you're more than welcome to buy one. If not, don't. I'm not saying to. I'm saying these can come in handy if you're trying to save on food cost. Neighbor's dog is in the apartment. Again. Yeah, he stole Midnight's toy the other day and I had to go out and get it. But the thing is, do what you got to do to survive. Do what you got to do to put some food back, whether it's canned goods or something like this. Okay? Because we all see how inflation is affecting everyone. We all see how the stores are starting to run low on stuff again. So if you can afford to, and I understand this is like 25 bucks, $24, $25 just for one of these, and there's only 15 bags with it. But if you can afford to, put some food, something back, so that way you'll have it if you need it. Alright, that's it. I'm fixing to go. I will merge this with the first part of the video. Once again, if you have any survival tips or home remedy tips or whatever, please leave them in my comments section underneath my videos. I don't care what videos, so people see that and will go to your channel or go to watch other videos that have to do with like food, you know, preserving food or whatever. But please make sure you're not sending people to go like buy freeze-dried stuff. It is very expensive. This is a much cheaper solution for most people to be able to just put some stuff back. Alright, that's it. I'm fixing to go. Everyone have a good day or night. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.